All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third installment of Smash or Pass, an intellectual conversation about America's first ladies. I am your host, Fenners. I am joined by Mike Effen Mcgowan.
Hello.
And motherfucking Otis.
How's it going?
And we're going to just jump right back into this. We are up to our 13th first lady. We have Abigail Fillmore. She met Millard. How do you say it? Millard Fillmore?
Millard, yeah.
Millard Fillmore. As she was his teacher. She was 21. He was 19. So it's not as creepy, but what are you going to do? They were married in 1826. They had 2 kids. She was in poor health through most of her presidency, and one of her daughters did most of the first lady duties of hosting events and whatnot. So, fun story about her. If you remember when we were talking about Harrison earlier, who died after his inauguration, the same thing happened to her. When she went to the inauguration of Franklin Pierce, she died a month later because it was also bad weather that she sat out in. So, bitches didn't have umbrellas back then. All right. Otis, what do we think about Abigail Fillmore?
Oh, it's an easy smash for both. I said ow as if I was like shafted. Sometimes I get excited. It's my ethnic heritage. I'm a partial black. But anyway, that's enough self-plugging.
Is that ethnic black?
Yeah. Oh, we ethnic.
Okay.
But great hair. Love the curls there. I'd pull them like, oh, you stupid motherfucker. If I disagreed with her husband's policy, of course. But both smash.
Resting bitch face on the young one. Fair?
Amen.
Right? And then happier, the old one.
Yeah, because she's been satisfied.
I'm fucking passing on both.
Oh, get off your high horse,
fucking out.
Mr. McGowan.
I'm out. Resting bitch face. I don't like
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the path. I just don't like the resting bitch face.
Oh, you two don't hate.
I don't think it's. All right, Otis has been outvoted on this one. Let's move on to our next first lady, Jane Pierce. She was married to old Frankie Pierce in 1834. They had 3 kids. All died young. One died after 3 days. One died when they were 5. And the last one, Benny, who's important to the story, died when he was 11. Jane absolutely hated that her husband was in politics. He had been out of it for a while. And when she ran for president, she actually was like, I hope he loses. And Franklin was also a bit of a drinker, which she did not like. So the last child, Benny, they were in a train accident. One of the trains derailed and he was killed. And she swore it was God punishing them for her husband's drinking and being in politics.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so basically, after that, the last child died, she just was a broken lady, and she was kind of a sad one to read about. I mean,
Awesome.
Yeah, so.
Well, in that old photo, she looks like she's a mustache away from being Poe. That's Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah.
So, Otis, we'll start with you. What do we think about Jane Pierce?
I'm going to say a yes to both. Look at that. The one glove and the one no glove.
Ooh,
what's she doing? Fucking Billie Jean colonoscopies is what she's going to be doing with that glove. And then this one here, look at that face. That's some dark shit you'd have to get a tattoo after having sex.
That was probably her kid's glove that she because she was like super duper broken by it.
Oh, get over it.
I'm just super impressed by the glove sighting. That was really...
Yeah, well, there's...
Okay, Mike F. McGowan, we got a smash from Otis.
I'm observant.
She's gross. What's with the curls?
I don't know.
Noticed
That was the style of, yeah.
Like the last 5 all had curls. In on 1, out on 2.
They all had
That's a
slaves,
smash
too.
pass. It's a smash pass.
It was an odd time.
I'm just going to give it a pass. I can't deal with the sad ladies.
Oh, man, you don't know what you're missing.
Okay, well,
Look at this.
you can have it all, Otis.
This is your one hill to die on. This is the one thing you're firm about.
All right. So let's get to our next president, Mr. James Buchanan. James Buchanan was known for a few things. One being like one of the worst presidents ever. 1, the only bachelor president ever. And 3, the only president from Pennsylvania. So he did not have a first lady. He had Harriet Lane, who was his niece. So basically, her parents had were both dead by the time she was 11, and she he became her actually. There's nothing creepy here, guys. Just relax. He became her guardian. She was a very, very popular first lady. She took to the role. She was known as the Democrat, but no, as far as hosting and being cordial, she was very, very good at it. Let's see, what else do I have here? She got married after the Civil War. And she saw and then within a span of like 15 years, she saw her uncle die, her husband, and both of her sons die. Fun. So she was a big art collector, and when she died, she had bequeathed all her art to the government, and it got donated to the Smithsonian. And she was known as the first lady of National Collection of Fine Arts. And a lot of her money was donated to the Johns Hopkins Hospital. So she's interesting because she was very popular and loved as the first lady, and James Buchanan was just the worst president. Nobody liked him.
And we all know one of those couples, right? Where the guy is a total.
So she's one of the only ones who's not actually married to a president, but we have to do James Buchanan because.
Right. So I'm going to say a pass for both. Harriet Lane, that'll give you a flat tire. You don't want to go down Harriet Lane.
Oh,
I agree on both. The part in the middle of the hair is off-putting at best.
Yeah.
And she looks like a pig. I'm not gonna lie to you. She is disgusting. I'm out on both.
wow.
We're such men. I love.
I think
Perfect.
I love us being men.
I'm gonna say I think she's a cute looking lady. I'd give her a smash. I'd give her the smash.
The way you were building her up, I could tell you dig her.
I see you guys just look at the picture. I just get more into the stories than you do. So she just seems one. I was like, oh.
All right, you watch your 80-minute kink porn video with the story.
Cerebral. We look at the part in the hair and the titties and the ass.
No, I just look. I could see right through them. I could tell if they're full of shit.
She aged better. She's still hideous.
No.
All
look at
right.
that chin. I don't like it. A gizzard. She has a gizzard.
So I got outvoted on that one. So let's move on to one of our famous ladies, Mary Todd Lincoln. So Mary Todd Lincoln was an interesting one to learn about. She actually, before she hooked up with old Abe, she actually dated Stephen Douglas, who was one of Abraham's biggest political rivals. He beat him in the 58 Senate thing. He was almost the Democrat nominee in 60. So that was interesting. They had 4 kids. Only one lived to adult. And reading about her, she was fucking nuts. While it wasn't a term back then, they think she was bipolar. She had mood swings. After Abe died, she was committed to an asylum. She had suicide attempts. And her one son who lived, they actually used to have sanity trials where you'd go on trial for your sanity. And she lost the first one, but they got him in the second one. So I didn't know any of that about her. So Mike Effen Mcgowan.
Disgusting on both fronts. I can't even look at her. The older one is definitely in the top 3 of most disgusting. That's all I got.
I'm going to say yes to the young, no to the old. She's got to be nuts. She's got to be nuts. Look at her. That's what I like about. That's what I like.
Crazy.
That's what I like.
Crazy shit?
No, I mean no, but I mean why not? You know.
Fair enough.
I'm going to give it a resounding smash to both. Wow. For one reason and one reason only. I'm not going to sit here and proclaim that crazy ladies are good in bed, but there's a reason dudes put up with a lot of crazy ladies.
Wait, you're smashing both, Fenris?
Absolutely.
On the right. So
you are just too superficial, Mike Mcgowan.
Right.
I gave my reasons. Yeah. She was actually committed and crazy, which makes me think she's probably good in bed.
Probably. You're right. You're right.
But you don't like the sad ones, you say.
True.
I didn't say she was sad. She's crazy. There's a big difference. There's a difference between crazy and melancholy.
Fair. Fair.
Trust me.
Well played.
Okay, moving right along. Let's get into Eliza Johnson. She was married to Andrew Johnson in 1827. They had 5 kids. She actually taught him how to read and write when he was 17. She was not a great first lady. She did let most of her daughters do this shit. But she was definitely a stand by her man. So like during when Johnson was getting impeached and all that, she was very much on his side and shit talking anybody who would shit talk her husband. So she didn't like to be public unless she had to be.
Well, she looks just like him. She looks like if you told me that was him, maybe she was sick and she said, "Well, I can't use last year's photo. You gotta go pose or last year's drawing of me." Yeah, but with people looking like that, I wish they never invented photography.
Yeah. On the left is doable. On the right is Andrew Johnson.
Yeah.
It's disturbing. No, that's our second transitioner of the whole 18. And
Eliza McCardle Johnson.
I'm in
God.
and I'm out. So smash and pass.
McCardle. More like, I want to take a candle and burn down the hospital where she was born. All right, we're going to move on.
Yeah, that was
Wow. I'm just going to give her the pass on that one. I'm not fighting that tide. All right. And our final first lady of this episode, we have Julia Grant, married to Ulysses. So they had a long courtship that was very complicated because he was a hero of the Civil War and her family were slave owners. So that was a little bit of a beef there for a while. So after their court, she actually proposed to her in 1844, but then that damn Mexican War popped up and they weren't married till 1848. She was a great first lady. She definitely embraced the role. And then after Ulysses died, she lived a great life off of his autobiography that he wrote, which was, I have not read, but is very popular. It is very historic.
#1 on Amazon.
Really?
Well, he wrote this autobiography because he was broke after the Civil War. And he just meets some guy on a train. He's like, "Oh, I'll give you like $1,000 for this autobiography." And he's like, "Okay, awesome." And Ulysses S. Grant was friends with Mark Twain. And he tells Mark Twain the story. He's like, "You fucking idiot. You didn't sign any papers, right?" He's like, "No, but I gave him my word." He's like, no, fuck that. I'm going to help you do this shit. And it went on to just make millions and millions of dollars even back then. It was like one of the biggest books ever that he almost gave away for fucking nothing.
So wait a minute. Mark Twain was good enough friends with this guy that he's going to help him out of this.
With Ulysses Grant, yes.
But he was broke that he needed $1,000.
He was definitely, I mean, $1,000 was a lot of money.
Yeah, I know.
Here's the thing with presidents back then. It wasn't a fucking like, oh, I'm going to become a millionaire off all these deals like it is now.
Yeah, but you'd think there'd be somebody who liked the guy enough to give him a buck.
It is what it is.
I mean, I don't care. Screw him.
Okay, guys, let's talk about Julia Grant.
Young? Yes. Oh, my God. She looks like any of Charlie's love interests on 2.5 Men. And then Berta from 2.5 Men when she got old.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
It's an obvious answer.
Yeah.
Smash, pass.
Yeah. Oh, this is a cut and dry.
I'll go with it. So smash pass. She's very...
Yeah.
Well, all right then. This has been the third installment of Smash or Pass. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you at part 4.
Bye-bye.